Well, welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Panini Ashtadhayayi Sthapatya. In this lesson 36a, we shall be concentrating upon one very sensitive formulation, Kirpa. The simple translation for it is divine, transcendental grace. See, it is this feature which is the core feature of Panini Ashtadhayayi Sthapatya. First, let us visit this formulation. It is a word, value 1, and it is Kirpa. Syllables. Number 2, there are Ka, Ri, Pa, and A. See, the letters are 4, and then TCB, it is 1, 4, 5, and 2. It is 12, and the 12 is Shiv. It is Yog. It is D5, 5, 3, 3, and 1. Sadhakas shall sit comfortably, be of full peace in mind, transcend within the cavity of your heart, meditate at the transcendental origin of Creator's space, a seat of a transcendental Lord Shiv, and follow Creator the Supreme, Brahma, meditating within cavity of one's own heart, and with the grace of the transcendental Lord, multiplying as 10 Brahmas. It is the phenomenon. It is a natural phenomenon. It is the transcendental phenomenon which is to be attained. One is to have the transcendental grace, and see, this 12 is of 2 syllables, 5 and 7. See, 5, it is Kri, and it is Pa. Now see, 5 is G25, 5 versions of 2 space, 5 geometries of 2 space, and then 7 is 3, 7. These are 7 geometries of 3 space. These are 7 versions of hyper. This is hypercube 2. Here is hypercube 3. Now, it is this feature which deserves to be seen as that G hypercube 2 is 0, 1, 2, and 3, and it is only 6. And hypercube 3 is 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is 10. together are 16. However, the Kirpa is 12. It is 5 and 7. Sit comfortably and further see as that 6 space is having transcendental boundary and it is of 12 components, and here the distinction partition is to be 5 and 7. It is 5 cross 5 and here is 5 cross 7. See, 5 cross 5 is a transcendence from 4 6 and it is just standing confined within 5 cross 7. So it is 24 transcended. It is 35 remaining bound. So it is from 25 to 35. These are the 11 steps. And it is G5, 11. This Kirpa, this divine transcendental grace, one is to sit comfortably and one is to update one's TCB dictionary by having this entry. Then one is to update one's Sthapatya referencer by having all these features being updated. Let us proceed ahead. Let us revisit. Now, Kirpa, Ka, and Ri. Its reverse is Rik, going to be Rigved, and then Ka as a Brahma, and Ri as a four-dimensional frame. So it makes us a setup of hypercube 4 equipped with its transcendental frame. And then Pa, it is fifth order, and it is awe. It is creative dimension, or it is of G25. How the fifth order enters here, and then we know that 3 space is the origin of 2 space. This 2 plus 3 is 5. All these features, and 3 space takes to 5 space, and Shiv, Transcendental Lord, is having his initiation designation Yash 5. These features as these are will further help us appreciate as to how a trin, a blade of grass, has 8 and 8 duet, also as 1 and 3, as is the enlightenment of Shipron. This thin blade of grass cannot be cut into two parts, as the blade, scissors blade, with which we will try to cut it. The one point will remain between the blades, so it is bound to be of three parts. That is why the Ganita Sutra 1 is a composition of two words. There is a gap. Sutra 2 is of three parts, and it becomes a blade. So 2, 3, and 1 all are here 6. So if we have two such things plus the synthesizer, so we'll be having 18. And if we have spatial order, it will give rise to 8. It will make within a surface as 26. So 18 and 26, we know these are Vidya and Devata, and modern mathematics accepts it as 18 infinite series and 26 periodic groups, but is not in a position to consolidate and make it a mathematics of transcendental space. Works with operations, pairing, but fails to transcend. It is single operation, and here are pair of operations. Modern mathematics works with pair of infinities, but not of equal status, as 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1 into 0 is 0. It is transmigration. So sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of virtue to be parallel with Vedic systems have to appreciate as to how the transcendental grace plays its role, how it is that when Divya Ganga Pravaha is there, when we are 9 to 7 and 1 to 3, 5 is lively here in unmanifest form, and it contributes and makes us 25, a 5 square. So it takes from Ganita Sutra 1 more than 2, Nikhlim Navasta Charmam Dashata of 17, 14, and 7, 1, 2, and 1, 11 square. Sit comfortably. Glimpse these things as to how there is going to be dimensional synthesis, first axis and second axis, both making a solid. How? Because the things are neutralized here, plus 1 and minus 1 neutralized. Otherwise, there is a gap of 2. It is dimension and it is a domain, and then it is Euro space which will be taking to three spaces in origin. So three spaces in origin comes into play of its own. It is to be recognized. It is to be appreciated. It is to be comprehended. The bliss of the Vedic mathematics is that it is duly appreciating the transcendental grace. So Kirpa is the formulation. It is the transcendental grace. Unless and until we appreciate it as to how single axis and second axis, when are in opposite orientations, these neutralize zero within a surface, leading to 3 as an origin. So this solid seal at the center of a plane unfolding itself and then splitting three-dimensional frame into pair of three-dimensional frames of half dimensions but of opposite orientations, and gets embedded in each of the 8 corner points. Other half, how the dimensional frame itself splits. It is not only that single dimension splitting, all the 3 dimensions splitting, creating a one transcendental frame into a pair of transcendental frames, and in between there being a release of a creator's space, which itself splits because of its spatial order, and there is a transcendental seal, a transcendental origin. It is this transcendental seal which will help us appreciate as to how the numbers line being created by algebra, a pair of operations designating it real line, in fact is not a line. It is of this format, a two-dimensional frame split into a three-dimensional pair of two-dimensional frames of half dimensions, and there is a release of a solid seal. It is this solid seal which makes it numbers as of this format. 1, this is 2, this is 3 units, and so on. So it doesn't remain a line.